Ka'Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Shalom to the house of David, to 144,000, to the elect, to the men, women, and children who are going to be saved in these last days. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the men of valor who tell me this truth. Shalom to all the brothers in the all four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity through the spirit of Yahweh, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And also shalom to the Israelite foreigners coming into this truth. All right. So today I just wanted to hit on a quick topic of how close we are to World War III. Okay, and it's been spoken of for quite some time now, for years and years. I'll say centuries. Okay, and it was already prophesied in the scriptures. So you already know it's going to happen. As long as it was said, it's going to happen. All right, and now you could see there's a lot of tension between the U.S., okay, which is the scriptures known as daughter of Babylon, okay, and these other countries, these other heathen nations. We have North Korea flexing their muscle out here because they got some nuclear power now, and they got some nuclear missiles. All right, you got Russia, you got China, okay, you got even Iran is getting into the mix, okay. I mean, they've been in the mix for a minute now, but the most interesting one now is North Korea, okay. But again, it goes to show that we're at the end of this thing, all right? Because in the scriptures, Yahweh Shai talked about what? You're gonna hear wars and rumors of wars, okay? And right now, that's the times we're in right now. Wars and rumors of wars, okay? We're gonna have that civil disobedience real soon, because during the springtime, the weather's getting nice. You already know these devils, these elites are trying to put up some shit, man. Try to orchestrate some type of civil unrest in order to push that chaotic atmosphere where they could bring in martial law. Okay, that's all gonna happen, man. All right, but I just wanted to get really quick on this this guy. He's a Mason. Okay, he was a Freemason. He was actually the 33-degree Mason, which is the highest form of Freemasonry. Okay, 33-degree is the highest you can go. Okay, his name was Albert Pike. Okay, Albert Pike, anyone who hasn't heard the name, do some research on him. Okay, he was a war general and all that stuff. Okay, he was a grand master of the Freemasonry. Okay, and he wrote a letter to a guy called Mazzini. Okay, I think his name was Giuseppe Mazzini. Okay, and he basically talked about 3 world wars and how they're going to make it happen. Okay, how they're going to. And when I say they, I mean the elites / Illuminati, okay, these devils, Esau, the Rothschilds, okay, how they're going to push for a new world order, okay, and we've heard new world order for quite some time now, okay, new world order, new world order. They're not going to get no damn new world order, okay, it's not going to happen. The new world order that's going to happen, it's going to be in the kingdom, all right, when Yahweh Shai is ruling. That's the new world order you're talking about, all right, but not the one that Esau's talking about. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, all right. But basically, he pretty much gives an idea of, what they want and how they're going to get that, how they're going to get what they want. Okay, again, it goes back to what? Problem, reaction, solution. Okay, it goes back to, the world being given into the hands of the wicked. They play the cards, man. They run shit. Okay, the banks, the schools, the pharmaceuticals, everything, just everything that your jobs, everything. Okay, transportation, whatever, politics, religion, all that stuff. They run everything, man. Okay, and that's how they're able to, control everything. Be like, oh, false flag attacks. They plan all this shit. Okay, but I just want to get into this quick. Okay, so he says the third world war must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agenter, which are agents. Okay, agent provocateurs. Okay, the Illuminati. Okay, agents of the Illuminati, okay, which they believe they're the enlightened ones, but no, this truth makes you enlightened. Okay, this truth brings you light. Okay, because before you get into this truth, you're in the darkness, man. Okay, which they are in the darkness because they think they got some light. They ain't got shit, because Yahweh Shai is ultimately controlling everything. Yahweh Shai is controlling everything, man. All right. It says agents of the Illuminati between the political Zionists, okay, and the leaders of the Islamic world. Okay, Islamic world. What do you normally think of when you hear Islamic world? You think of ISIS, right? okay, which is also what created and funded, okay, by these Rothschilds, man, okay, the American the government and all that stuff. All right, okay, it says the war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, okay, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, that's what they have, the state of Israel, okay, mutually destroy each other, okay, destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. So in other words, they're gonna create a chaos, and they're gonna fund both sides, right? Fund both sides, and they're gonna come to crash like that. And what's that gonna do? You're gonna destroy each other, man. Divide and conquer. They're gonna destroy each other. So they don't gotta do the work. They're just staying in the back. Little do they know, Yahushua is watching this. He's gonna be like, nah, this ain't happening. I'm destroying all of y'all. All right. It says, we shall unleash the nihilists. Okay, which that word, let's look up nihilist right now, just for edification purposes. It says nihilist, nothingness, a mere nothing. Okay, how about nihilism? Okay, because nothingness doesn't really make sense. Like nothingness, like let's find some real information here. It says a terrorist movement aiming at the overturn of all the existing institutions of society in order to build it up anew on different principles. Once again, they're gonna collapse the economy. They're gonna start this world war, and they hope that after the war and all the chaos, they're gonna rise up. The phoenix rising, they're gonna rise up out of the dust, out of the dead. Okay, they're gonna rise up, and then they're gonna form that new world order, which is gonna be what? Population right now is what? Over 7 billion, right? Over 7 billion people. With all that stuff that's gonna happen, the chaos from just in Babylon alone, with the economy crashing, with martial law, with civil unrest, people going at each other, nation against nation, okay, kingdom against kingdom, all that stuff, craziness, people against each other, that's gonna break this place down. That's gonna bring the population down automatically, okay? Because Esau is getting ready with their guns. KKK coming out here talking about, are you ready? Let's get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit, man. Anyway, they're getting ready for that, okay? So guess what's gonna happen? Jacob's gonna rise up. So we're gonna have that civil war, that the 12 tribes, man. They're gonna go up against these devils, man. All right, so that's automatically, they're gonna bring the population down by doing that, okay? And then the pestilence and the diseases and everything, the famine and all that stuff, that's also gonna bring population down. And then they're gonna hit the world war, okay, which is like worldwide, bro. Because yo, you dropping missiles, I don't think souls are gonna be surviving that, okay? Especially when it says Yahweh's indignation, his anger. Oh, you already know it's over. Okay, it's over. It's not just Russia just blowing stuff up. No, it's Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai destroying stuff. Okay, that makes it much more powerful. All right, now you know, that tells you that, yo, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's over. All right, that's real depopulation right there. All right, so so after that, guess what they're gonna do? They think in their mind that, oh, after all this chaos that happens, after we depopulate the earth, we're gonna have our ideal number. What is 500 million? From 7 billion to 500 million. That's what they're gonna do in order to institute their new world order, man. Okay, that's what they want to do, but they ain't gonna get there, man. Let's keep going. It says, and we shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil. Yo, you hear what Esau's saying? Yo, you tribes better get ready, because yo, if you're not in this truth, listen to what he's saying. He said, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm. Okay, yo, the economy's about to crash. People gonna be eating each other. They're gonna do this on purpose. Their whole mindset is to break you down to the point where you're begging for the chip. You're begging for the new world order. It's like you're just dying. You're on your last. You're begging for the concentration camps, man. That's what they want to do. Okay, and they're gonna get the tribes, man, because yo, that makes most of the population, man. We're not the minority. We're the majority. Okay, and that's the main target. they're not targeting the regular Edomites. They're gonna get it too, but you know Esau, he doesn't really care. Okay, he just wants more power and more and more and more because he's greedy like that. He's a piece of shit. Okay, it says, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm which in all its horror, okay, will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, okay, origin of savagery and the most bloody turmoil. So yo, they're going all in. Martial law troops ain't playing. They're gonna be blowing some melons off. It says, then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization. Yo, this dude right here. And the multitude disillusioned with Christianity, which is all bullshit because, well, it's all religion, right? If you're not in this truth, you're off. That's just simple as that. Whose deitistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction. Because at that point, all your fake pastors who are out there telling you, oh, you know, you can eat pork, oh, you can be wicked and just pray and God is gonna forgive. Yeah. They're not gonna be found because, yo, guess what? You signed that 501c3 charter, man. So guess what? They're gonna take those niggas out because they already made that deal. So they're not there. It says it right here. It says, whose deitistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction. So those pastors that you're going at every Sunday, they're not gonna be there because they already signed that contract. Okay, so when that time comes, they're gonna be taken out. They're not gonna be there. So now you're gonna be stressed the fuck out because you don't got your pastor to go to every Sunday because you don't got this truth, man. You don't got this truth, you know. And it's gonna be the famine of the word too, because it says right here, it says moment without compass or direction. So the brothers, us out there preaching this truth in the highways, we're not gonna be there. So you're not gonna find no direction, okay, or compass. You're not gonna find no direction whatsoever. You're gonna be fucked. You're done. If you don't get to this truth now, you're fucked. All right. It says anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration. Okay, so you're just looking for something like, please give me some truth. But there was no truth for you. Because when it was there, it was readily available. We were crying and shouting for you to wake your ass up. You didn't do it. Okay? And this is a Freemason. This is a Tao guy. He's out here putting this stuff out. I think he wrote it in what? Let me check again. It was in the 1800s. Okay, it was in the 1800s. Let me double check for you. 1871. Okay, Albert Paita, Giuseppe Mazzini, 1871. We're in 2017. That's over 200 years ago. Okay, and this dude is out here just writing stuff. Yo, listen, man, it's over. Okay, maybe not two. Is it 200 years? Probably 100 or something. Maybe 200. Anyway, no, it's not 200. Back to this. Okay, so it says, but without knowing where to render its adoration. So you're fucked. Basically, that's it. You're done. It says, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. You see, Esau, man. Esau, you're proud, man. You're a real proud piece of shit. Listen to this. Listen to this. But without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light. True light, bro. He's trying to tell you, nah, everything you've known is bullshit. Now we're going to give you true light. But little did he know that true light is going to be Yahushua when he comes down. Ah, plot twist, motherfucker. You thought you had it. You see, these devils, man, you don't know shit. You ain't ready for this, man. Okay? Through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer. Yeah, okay. Alright. Brought finally out in the public view. Finally out. This shit's been out. We know what you're doing, bro. We're not ignorant of your devices. But to the sheeple out there who don't know, there's 2/3 in the other nations who don't know, it's going to be new to them. Okay, that's what they think. It's going to be new to them. It says, this manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. What is atheism? Those who don't believe in the power, okay? They don't believe in Yahushua. They don't even think there's such thing as a God, okay? They don't believe that, okay? And Christianity are those who believe in a God, but they don't know his real name. They think they believe in the God, okay? They don't know Yahushua. Most of them who are in these churches, man, these Christian churches, okay? These Sunday church people, you know, Jehovah wickedness and all that stuff, that's for them right there. They're done. They're screwed. But you see, these devils are planning this stuff out, man. They plan all this shit out. Okay? Alright? And the scriptures also bring some good stuff out, man. Let me get to this real quick. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay? The second woe is past. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Alright? The third world war is coming. Albert Pike is already talking about it in 1871. Alright? So now we're going to have it, man. You got North Korea, you got Iran, you got Russia, you got China, and then you got Babylon out here starting stuff up, going back and forth, going to all these countries, into their borders and pushing shit, pushing buttons and all that stuff. What do you think is going to happen? A reaction. Okay, when that reaction hits, Putin already said the next war is not going to be at his doorstep. It's going to happen right here. So yo, we've been telling you every single day, wake your ass up, get to this truth, man, and repent. You don't want to repent, you're gonna get some of this, man. You're gonna get some of this. Concentration camps, diseases, pestilence, the RFID chip, you getting your melons blown up, you getting raped, you getting tortured, all that stuff is gonna happen, man, because the scriptures say it. Alright? And these devils are planning for it to happen, man. Okay? So yo, man, you people who don't want to wake up, man, yo, a lot of stuff is gonna happen. And for us who are in this truth, man, we gotta keep pushing strong. We gotta keep pushing hard, man, because we're almost out of here. Okay, the signs are showing, man. We're in March. All right, there's been a lot of terrorist attacks and all that stuff. You know, these devils are doing their rituals, man. They're in their right mind doing their thing. So we gotta be out here pushing and doing our thing. All right, spirit and power of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. We gotta keep pushing this truth out, man. We gotta keep punching them, keep giving them jabs, man, because they're not ready for this. All right, they think they are, but they're not. Okay, plus we got the ultimate power on our side, so why we worried? We just gotta keep doing what he tells us to do, and that's it. All right. So with that, you know, I hope this was edifying. Okay, and you know, Lord willing, as time goes on, I'll be able to bring out some more of these things. Okay, just to, you know, show that Esau is really a big fat ugly red devil, and he ain't shit. Okay, and he's gonna get his comeuppance too, man. But you know, with that, I hope, you know, it was edifying, and you know, Lord willing, I just bring some more of this stuff out. Okay, so you know, shalom.